I thought I'd do a short video on the channel's 2025 content and a look into what I have planned for 2026. I only got out 31 videos this year, counting this one, way short of my target. But it's been a busy year, so I'm cutting myself some slack. I'll do better next year, at least I'll try. If there was a theme for the channel this year, it was joysticks. Out of those 31 videos, 13 were straight up about joysticks. Another 10 covered PlayStation 5 controllers, so it's kind of obvious where my attention was this year. If last year was the year TMR dethroned Hall Effect, and I think it was, this is the year of TMR total dominance. The angular TMR sensors hit 3 joysticks that I'm aware of, raising the performance bar sky high. Adding GuliKit's adjustable tension joystick, and the choices have never been better. As we end 2025, my top joystick pick is the K-Silver JS13 Pro Plus, which is a slightly refined revision of the JS13 Pro. The competition's closing in though. The Genful DS13 Max is very good. For 2026, I've ordered the newest JS13 Pro Plus from Amazon. I expect them to be like the light blue ones K-Silver sent me. These will be the retail package this time. If they're identical to the light blue ones, it'll be a quick video. Amazon says delivery between January 22nd and March 1st. I do hope to see them before February. The only other one I'm excited for is the JT13. Fingers crossed K-Silver gets it released in the first quarter of next year. If anyone sees a new joystick listed anywhere, please drop me a comment. This year I was also on the lookout for a soldering iron that I felt would do a good job at replacing a joystick, and I was focused on the $50 price range. I tried a station that can use Hakko T12, T15 tips. The station itself was quite good. The handpiece, not so much. The problem was the tips it came with weren't great. Not horrible, but they would need replacing or at least adding to, so that pushes the price up. I would say the closest thing I saw was the FNI RSI HS-01. The tips are pretty good and will get the job done. But again, the price is around the $60 range, and the tips are non-standard. So as 2025 exits, I don't think $50 is going to get you a good buy on a soldering iron. $60 to $70 will get something usable, but usable is almost never a good choice. You buy usable for a one-time project. I have about 5 irons and stations I want to take a look at next year. I'm giving up on the $50 range. These would be more like what you would buy to use on a regular basis. Not a daily basis, but every so often. This is the year I seriously started working on a test setup for DualSense batteries, and that has taken much longer than I expected. I still have a lot more work to do, but I do have this set up to a point where it's functional. Not as automated as planned, but functional. And the first video in the series did get out this year, just barely. So next year, I expect lots of battery reviews. As a matter of fact, if things don't go horribly wrong, a battery review will be the first video of 2026. This was a big year for the DualSense Edge controller. The DualShock calibration GUI, adding support for the Edge, was a fantastic event. That, along with a minor hardware modification to the stick modules, makes installing new TMR joysticks a viable option, and allows calibration just like the DualSense. Currently, I have only one video planned on the Edge, and maybe that's a good thing. But who knows what I'll run into. To wrap this year up, I would like to thank everyone who has subscribed to the channel. It really does help the channel grow, and it gives me that extra push to get the videos done. So thank you. Hopefully everyone has a wonderful 2026. See you next year.